Front Page for Monday, March 14th, 2022. Thanks for starting your week with us. I'm George Gerbo. We begin with the latest from Ukraine, where Russia attacked a key military base just outside of Lviv, killing at least 35 and wounding more than 100 others. Joseph Clark and Ben Wolfgang report Russia has conducted similar attacks in western regions of Ukraine over the past several days, taking out military airfields with high-precision, long-range weapons. With a population of more than 700,000, Lviv has served as a haven for thousands of Ukrainians heading west to escape the war. Many businesses have reopened since the initial invasion, offering a small sense of normalcy in contrast with other Ukrainian cities that have been gutted by war. Still, residents say the relative peace could be shattered at any moment. FBI agents violated agency rules more than 700 times in 18 months while conducting investigations, according to a 2019 audit obtained by our Ryan Lovelace. The Bureau's internal review revealed a ratio of slightly more than 2 compliance errors per sensitive investigative matter reviewed by FBI auditors. Those errors included agents' failure to obtain approval from senior FBI officials to start an investigation, failure to document a necessary legal review before opening an investigation, and failure to tell prosecutors what they were doing. Auditors studied 353 cases involving sensitive investigative matters and found rules were broken 747 times from the start of 2018 to the middle of 2019. A reminder that you can find all these stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page. If you don't have access to the Times yet, you can visit WashingtonTimes.com/George for a special subscription offer. The latest congressional spending bill, which passed with bipartisan support last week, was the first in more than a decade to include earmarks. Harris Alec reports on a return to the practice, long a hallmark of legislation, but mostly banned over the past decade under former House Republican Speaker John Boehner and others. Members on both sides of the aisle inserted their projects into the $1.5 trillion bill. Georgia Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock inserted earmarks worth roughly $95 million for infrastructure projects, as well as grants to local governments and nonprofits. Alabama Republican Senator Richard Shelby secured about $650 million in earmarks, including $60 million to expand research facilities at the University of South Alabama's College of Medicine. On immigration, Stephen Dinan has an update on the restart of the Migrant Protection Protocols program at the southern U.S. border with Mexico. Called the Remain in Mexico policy during the Trump administration, the program enrolled just 13 people daily in January and removed an average of 8 people a day out of nearly 5,000 daily encounters. The Biden administration suspended the program early last year and moved to cancel it altogether last summer. A federal judge ruled that canceling it was illegal and ordered the Department of Homeland Security to revive the program in good faith. And finally, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis plans to sign the Parental Rights in Education bill, which cleared Florida's Republican-led legislature last week in party-line votes after emotional debates in both chambers. Dubbed the Don't Say Gay bill, the legislation would prohibit schools from teaching about sexual orientation or sexual identity from kindergarten through 3rd grade, as well as in other grades, in a manner not age-appropriate or developmentally appropriate. The bill has faced criticism, including from the Walt Disney Company and the Human Rights Campaign, which said the measure is a significant threat to educators and children. Find all of today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or the Washington Times app, and follow us on all of your favorite podcast platforms. Just search Washington Times in your favorite podcast app. You can also find us on Twitter and Instagram at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo.